Intermittent fasting, the greatest cure on earth. Intermittent fasting. It has the potential to transform your life and your health and that of millions of people around the world. In 5,000 years, modern medicine has not found a pill without side effects that can match the benefits that can be obtained by this powerful therapy. 1. The amazing anti-inflammatory benefits of fasting. No natural therapy has a more potent anti-inflammatory effect than fasting. Multiple animal experiments and human studies proved this. This study, done by James B. Johnson, MD, from the Department of Surgery at Louisiana State University, put 9 overweight asthma patients on a program of alternate-day fasting for 8 weeks. Those asthma patients lost 8% of their weight, knocked 20 points off their cholesterol, and improved their airflow by 15%, due to less inflammation. Dr. Johnson said, "There's nothing out there that would work as well as that, other than systemic steroids." 2. Fasting rejuvenates the immune system in just 3 days. There's so much hype in the natural health world, where words like rejuvenate have often been overused. But in the case of fasting, we can indeed say that fasting leads to a complete reset of the immune system. That was the conclusion of Dr. Walter Longo, a researcher who investigates aging and longevity. In a recent study, Longo and his colleagues discovered that fasting for 3 days or longer lowered white blood cell counts, which in turn triggered the immune system to start producing new white blood cells. Those cells are a key component of your immune system. Studies have found that fasting leads to increased macrophage activity, increased cell-mediated immunity, decreased antigen-antibody complexes, increased immunoglobulin levels, increased neutrophil bactericidal activity, depressed lymphocyte blastogenesis, heightened monocyte killing and bactericidal function, enhanced natural killer cell activity. Your immune system gets a massive boost from just a few days of fasting, which can help you prevent disease, fight cancer and stay healthy and vibrant through old age. Fasting is the single greatest natural healing therapy. It is nature's ancient, universal remedy for many problems. Animals instinctively fast when ill. According to Elson Haas, MD, in Staying Healthy with Nutrition. 3. How does a fast work? We already fast for at least 8 to 10 hours every day, when we sleep. During this night fast, your body goes into repair and recovery mode. It heals itself from the wear and tear of the day. Your brain makes sense of all the stress of the day. By extending this night fast, that we all do, we prolong the benefits of fasting. Intermittent fasting can mean just skipping breakfast or dinner, or fasting once a week for 24 to 36 hours, or fasting 2 to 3 days a few times a year, or any other approaches where you are sometimes going without food for more than 16 hours at a time. 4. Healthy food will taste amazing. One of the greatest benefits of fasting, even a short fast, is that it recalibrates your taste buds. Imagine fruits tasting better than any cake or sweet. Or a simple salad being more attractive and tastier than the most decadent junk food. It can happen to you. You can be free from cravings and enjoy healthy foods again. Due to the effects of fasting, a fast can help you heal with greater speed, cleanse your liver, kidneys, and colon, purify your blood, help you lose excess weight and water, flush out toxins, clear the eyes and tongue, and cleanse the breath. According to James F. Bouch, MD, in Prescription for Nutritional Healing. 5. Do you think you could do this? Whenever I talk about fasting on juices or water, I hear a lot of people say that they could never do this, even though they've never tried it. Does it sound like you? I like eating way too much. It sounds crazy, but practicing some fasting into your life is one of the best ways to enjoy food now. Do you sometimes find that food that used to excite is now just boring? You have probably deadened your taste buds by constantly stimulating them. Fasting recalibrate your taste buds so that food tastes better. I'm too old to fast. Fasting is one of the best ways to increase lifespan by decreasing inflammation and enhancing the production of youth hormones. Also, as we get older, we don't need as much food. That's why we often gain a tremendous amount of weight from our 50s onwards. Incorporating a practice of fasting can be a great way to prevent the fat loss that comes with aging, and at the same time benefit from the longevity-enhancing aspects of the fast. The body's wondrous ability to autolyze, or self-digest, and destroy needless tissue such as fat, tumors, blood vessel plaque, and other non-essential and diseased tissues, while conserving essential tissues, gives the fast the ability to restore physiologic youth to the system. By removing or lessening the burden of diseased tissue, including the fatty tissue narrowing the blood vessels. Fasting increases the blood flow and subsequent oxygenation and nutrient delivery to vital organs throughout the body. According to Joel Fuhrman, MD, in Fasting and Eating for Health, 6. Won't fasting mess up your metabolism? You've probably heard that fasting is not a good idea because you teach your body to hold on to calories after the fast. You slow down your metabolism, and it's easier to gain weight after a fast. The evidence shows that it's false. Athlete Martin Birkin practices intermittent fasting and writes, "Metabolic rate is actually increased in short-term fasting." For some concrete numbers, studies have shown an increase of 3.6% to 10% after 36 to 48 hours. This makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. Epinephrine and norepinephrine, adrenaline, noradrenaline, sharpens the mind and makes us want to move around. Desirable traits that encouraged us to seek for food, or for the hunter to kill his prey, increasing survival. At some point, after several days of no eating, this benefit would confer no benefit to survival and probably would have done more harm than good. Instead, an adaptation that favored conservation of energy turned out to be advantageous. Thus, metabolic rate is increased in short-term fasting, up to 60 hours. Why? People who regularly fast are at a lower body weight than those who don't. Practicing the right type of fasting program for you will not lead you to compensate by overeating on the days you're not fasting. You will not gain weight by not eating. In fact, it's the opposite. Fasting leads to a slight increase in metabolism due to the hormonal response to fasting. When you fast, you are burning your body fat for energy. Your body is smart and will preserve its muscle mass. That is why many athletes use intermittent fasting to keep a lean physique and improve their performance. 7. Fasting and depression, anxiety and neurosis. Are you sometimes overwhelmed by stress and worries? Did you know that depression is the second leading cause of disability worldwide? Stress-related ailments and complaints are responsible for up to 85% of all doctors' office visits, and stress is now considered a hazard of the workplace. According to Dr. Match Seibel, MD, the amazing benefits of fasting for treating stress-related illnesses, such as depression, anxiety and neuroses, have been known for quite some time. Dr. Yuri Nikolaev, director of the fasting unit of the Moscow Psychiatric Institute, reported on the use of scientific, therapeutic fasting to successfully treat over 10,000 patients. He concluded, fasting gives the entire nervous system and the brain a rest. The body is also cleansed of poisons, and the tissues and the various glands are renovated. A single day of fasting can reset your brain, boost your serotonin levels and normalize your mood. 8. Intermittent fasting for fat loss. Intermittent fasting is another method of water fasting that is easier to implement, which can lead to many benefits, including fat loss, improvements in immune function, possible longevity increase, overall increase in energy and well-being. As you're getting older, it becomes harder to lose weight. But long-term fasting is not recommended for weight loss because it's not a practice that you can follow on a regular basis. However, intermittent fasting is beneficial in maintaining your weight or losing those last few pounds that have been bothering you. So much that many athletes have now embraced various kinds of intermittent fasting to improve their performance and lower their body fat level. 9. How to cut 10 years from your age. Fasting is a powerful way to rejuvenate the body. My experience has also shown me that the rejuvenating effects of a fast are not limited to fasts longer than 5 days, but also occur with the regular practice of short, intermittent fasting. After a fast, a 37-year-old may look like a 26-year-old. A 58-year-old woman might pass for 35. Intermittent fasting isn't just about weight loss, it's amazingly rejuvenating. 10. 82% of patients with hypertension achieved normal blood pressure. Hypertension is a silent killer. Even people who think they don't have high blood pressure are still suffering the consequences of this illness. Did you know that 68% of deaths related to high blood pressure occur in people with blood pressure under 140/90? We're talking about someone with a near-perfect blood pressure of 125/85. Water fasting is the most powerful way to cure hypertension permanently. In one study, published by the Fasting Center True North, 82% of the patients with hypertension achieved normal blood pressure, under 120/80, by the end of the fast. But the best thing is that the benefits seem to continue after the fast, and therefore, appear to lead to a permanent improvement in your cardiovascular health. Of course, it's important to change your diet after the fast to a health-promoting one. 11. Why haven't you heard about this remarkable therapy before? Fasting is as close to a miracle cure as there is. Although this therapy has been known for thousands of years and has been actually used in the United States by medical doctors for over 200 years, it is not widely accepted by the medical community, and very few doctors recommend it. Many of them, without any experience with it whatsoever, believe it can be harmful. Why? Because it's what the medical establishment have been repeating for years. Natural therapies don't work and can be dangerous. You should put all of your faith instead in true science. Hashtag the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting, the greatest cure on earth. 1. Save your heart through fasting. Fasting is extremely powerful in reducing triglycerides, total cholesterol, and increasing HDL levels. However, know the critical heart condition in which long-term fasting should never be used. 2. Do you know anyone with epilepsy? A few studies have found that water fasting can be beneficial, by reducing the length, number, and severity of seizures. 3. A water fast. A water fast can reduce inflammation, eliminate osteoarthritis, connective tissue disease, systemic lupus, fibromyalgia, and other painful autoimmune disorders. Even short fasts can be useful, as long as you do them correctly. Other autoimmune conditions that respond well to fasting are rosacea, chronic urticaria, and many others. 4. Improve chronic fatigue with this type of juice fasting. Quickly boosts energy levels at the cellular level, improve your sleep quality, mental clarity, well-being, and feel better than you have in years. You could improve the symptoms of depression in as little as 36 hours of fasting. 5. Diabetics. You could save your health with fasting, which can reverse 90 to 95% of type 2 diabetes. Dr. Wilhelmi de Toledo writes, "This is a disease we know that we can cure through fasting. But there is an industry that sells all these drugs and devices. We have a type of medicine, in fasting, that is highly successful, but there is no return on investment." 6. The natural cure for erectile dysfunction, ed. May be fasting and a diet rich in one food item you can find in most grocery stores. By boosting the body's production of nitric oxide, a substance that helps dilate arteries, you get the benefits of ed medications with absolutely no harmful side effects. During fasting, the body scourges on dead and diseased tissue. Blood flow improves to every area of the body. Combined with this one food, you can achieve lasting improvements in ed. 7. Dramatically improve IBS symptoms with this type of fasting. It gives your intestines the proper time to heal, and healthy microbes repopulate the intestinal flora after the fast. 8. Fasting has been shown to improve fibromyalgia. Using a particular, safe type of intermittent fasting, you can dramatically improve this disabling condition. 9. Who knew that fasting could stop ulcers? Fortunately, all sorts of gastric issues respond very well to fasting, including juice fasts or intermittent fasting. See how one of those methods can put out the fire for you, and exactly how to do it right. 10. The type fasting therapy that often helps psoriasis and eczema sufferers. Even the most painful skin disorders often improve. Adult acne sometimes responds to fasting, but not always. Other diseases that have responded to fasting are psoriasis, eczema, thrombophlebitis, varicose ulcers, neurocirculatory disease, inflammatory bowel disease, bronchial asthma, lumbago, depression, neurosis, schizophrenia, uterine fibroids, intestinal parasites, gout, allergies, hay fever, hives, multiple sclerosis, and insomnia. Summary. The fasting, when combined with a properly selected diet, is the nearest approach to a cure-all that is possible to conceive. Profoundly simple and simply profound.